that freaking all those acronyms stand for.
Clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Hey everybody on Facebook, we're live here in Bear Cave Studios with Miss Talisha Valdez. We're about to go live on air, so stay tuned with us. We'll get right to it. Got lots of fun things coming up right now. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing good. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yes. No, thanks for asking me to come in. I appreciate it. So, and acknowledging something that, community members are doing, I appreciate that.
Dude, we're so proud of you.
Thank
I
you.
love it when Clayton shines.
Yes. No, thank you.
I've known you for way too long.
I know. Yes, we have known each other way too long.
Yes. Good morning and welcome to Awaken AM Bear fans. I've got a special guest this morning in here in the studio with me. This is Talisha Valdez. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. You
Awesome.
guys look like you're all doing great too.
Yeah. We're doing good. I'm really enjoying this cooler weather we've been having, to tell you the truth.
Yes, and the rain. The much
Yes.
needed rain. Yes.
God bless the rain. I'm sure the ranchers are pretty happy right now as well.
Oh yes. Yes,
Heck
that's
yeah.
for sure.
Any feed we don't have to buy. I say we like I'm one of y'all.
Well, you eat their products. So,
I
do.
Yes.
Maybe
yes.
make it cheaper for us, right?
Yeah, and I heard cattle's gone up quite a bit.
Yeah, they've gone up, which is tremendous for us. But we also have to watch out for the middlemen, like the processors. They're making the most bang out of their buck. That's why a lot of producers have went back to trying to sell their own beef.
Okay.
So that you're cutting out that middleman, and the actual ranchers are making the money, because the grocery stores, the big processing plants, those are the people making the money, and not necessarily the ranchers at that time.
Right.
So, yes.
And we want the ranchers to make the money,
yeah,
right?
we should be getting all the money.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But that's not why we're here. That's just
Yes.
a little side note I wanted to talk about there. Huge shout out to you. You had such an accomplishment. Was it this last weekend or the weekend before?
So we actually went in July.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
tell us about it.
But they just announced it on NMSU. No, we're always
so
delayed.
that's why.
Yes, we're always delayed. I actually went. We got back from State 4-H conference, and I flew out on a plane to Dallas the next couple days later. So
wow.
we went down there for the conference. It was an amazing conference, and then they acknowledge our awards. We get to do a lot of different like leadership activities, tours, those types of things. And my husband actually got to go with me, which was great, because he doesn't get to go on a lot of my work trips.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he has to suffer. My kids and my husband have to suffer when I have to go on work trips, but he got to go with me and participate in the events that they had and hosted, and it was a great experience. I didn't get to stay for the whole week. Because fair was coming up, and there's so much planning that has to come down with fair, so I needed to stay. I just stayed a couple of days, and then we came home, and then I started fair planning as usual.
Yeah, because you just have nothing to do.
Right, yes, no.
You bump
right.
on a log,
Yes,
gosh, get
yes.
to doing something, Talisha.
I know.
So tell us, you won you won the National Award for the Achievement Award.
Yes.
What is that and why? Why did you win that? Tell us about it.
So it's basically, I've been in extension for the past 8 years. So it's basically all of my achievements that I've done throughout the last 8 years have come to light. And you do have to apply for the application, and then you're picked from, they take your state winner. So one of my application was not only all of my achievements that we've done throughout the years, but we did an artificial insemination school out at the sale barn, I think it was last year. And so we had producers come in, they learned how to inseminate cows so that they can make their herds better, prosperous, those types of things with those genetics. And so we had that, and that's one of the applications that I sent in for, on my ag side, was the artificial insemination school that we hosted for producers in our area.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So, and you got the Achievement Award.
So it's basically just, they take a look at all of my achievements. I mean, last year we had 72 programs offered to a wide range of producers, my FCS, my 4-H programs, community economic development, those types of things. We hosted 72 programs I counted last year to host for the community.
Wow,
So, yes.
72 programs.
Yes. Me and my program assistant and my secretary at the time, but my program assistant, she plays a major role in this. Kylie, she was with us here last time, but she does a lot of my school enrichment. So although I oversee those things and I help her out with those things, she helps boost me to where I am. So my office staff plays a huge role in that too. Also.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. You're so so incredibly involved with this community and what you do. What are some of the programs that you're doing just with the kids? Because I see you literally everywhere doing everything with everybody and every organization. You've got your hands in it.
Yes.
But what are some things you're doing with the children out there?
So, we actually did a fun end of the year trip with our 4-H club that my kids are involved in. We went to Synergy and we did the escape room and we did just a fun activity, and it wasn't necessarily educational, but it was team building, because you can always take those things, communication. We did escape rooms, we did the skywalk. Those kids got tested out of their own little limits of being scared of heights. So we had a fun little thing, but also in a couple of weeks after State Fair, because State Fair is coming up, so of course we'll be going down with kids for that week. And then when I get home, the next 2 days we set up for Farm Safety Day, and we'll be hosting Text Line, Clayton, Boise City, Mascaro, Des Moines, State Line. I hope I'm not forgetting a school, because they're going to be mad if I forget a school. But we're going to be hosting Farm Safety Day with the kids at the fairgrounds on September 18th, which isn't open to the community. It's a closed event for those schools, but they come in and they teach about electrical safety, propane safety, water safety, chemical safety. We've had internet safety, fire safety. So they go through all the different kind of safety elements to get those kids aware, and that's usually for 3rd and 4th graders.
Oh wow! So at an early age too, getting them thinking about those things. That's cool.
Yes.
That's really cool. So we've seen them. They come out every year and do this, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we see the buses out here every year. We've interviewed them once.
Right. Yes.
Can we peep in there when you guys are here on the 18th and just maybe spy on you guys a little bit?
Yes, no, I would love you to get a teacher and get their input on Farm Safety Day, and maybe get a little interview with them and see what they like about the program, because that's always beneficial, is getting those evaluations, even just on a live interview. How you can improve your program, or what's working and what's not, those types of things.
So important, right? Yes. We talk about that here all the time.
Right. Yes.
All feedback is good feedback, even if it's bad feedback. It's
good
feedback.
Right.
But no, that's great.
So that starts off our year. Of course, clubs are already starting. October 1st is open enrollment for our 4-H youth. So kids in the 8th grade, 8 years old in the 3rd grade, they are able to start participating. So we'll be advertising for that coming up.
And that was October
1st is the opening date for enrollment.
Okay.
Yes. So.
And the 18th is your
Farm Safety Day.
Cool.
Yes. We're going to be going to Eastern New Mexico State Fair. We have 4-H kids going to that. We have state kids going to State Fair, representing our county at those types of things. So September we leave on the 5th and we come back on I think the 13th, and then October we leave on the 29th of September, and we don't get back till the 7th of October.
Wow. So you're gone for a while.
Yes, we are gone for a while. The kids love it though. It's great.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I would love it too. Take me out of school for a week.
Right. Yes.
No, but that's a great experience, and so cool that they get to learn it from somebody who's been plugged in to this organization since how long? Like, when did you start FFA?
Well, I started FFA in high school, but 4-H I started when I was 8. So
8 years old.
8, and then the program goes till you're 18, 19, just depending on when your birthday falls, and then what grade you're in. But I was in the program for 10 to 11 years. My kids will be in the program for 10 to 11 years. And so it's one of those programs that when a person goes and fills out an application, you say you were in 4-H for the last 10 years, and what skills did you learn from that? You're showing dedication to that. Especially over a 10-year period, being dedicated to a program that long.
Oh, definitely.
And then, not even that, I mean, you have parents that come back that are also leaders and volunteers that help you, even though they're out of the program, they come back and they're mentors and they're volunteers and they help with those different things. So.
And I mean, we've been really fortunate that we've had the opportunity to get to see these kids every year coming into the station. So,
Right.
and we see other kids. So we get to talk to all kids.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
We'll just
Yes.
cover that.
Right.
But our 4-H kids, FFA kids, they are so mature. And not that they're not kids still, but they really do have certain things kind of figured out.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
their futures. They not just have an idea what they want to do, but they also know the path to that
Right.
success and how to get there, and have already been used to relying on their community and how to get those sources that help and things like that. Where
Right.
other students might not know because they don't have that one-on-one help
Yes.
from an organization such
Right.
as FFA or 4-H.
Yes. Yes. I mean, it makes a tremendous difference.
It
I mean,
really
those
does.
kids, they learn public speaking at a young age. They start giving demonstrations at 8 years old. So
That's
they're
crazy.
they're talking in front of a group of people and demonstrating something. And I always tell them, I'm like, don't think of a demonstration. Think about a teach and tell. You know, like how you did in preschool. But it kind of just like makes them calm down, and they're like, oh, I can do this. You know, I'm
Right.
teaching about my project. That's all I'm doing. You know, something that they've learned is responsibility, and taking those things in hard work and putting those to work. And I think it can show. I think you can point out a 4-H and FFA member for sure, for the most part.
You can. You really can. Did you always know that you're going to have a career?
No, I wanted to be a vet.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's
Yes.
still animals.
Yes,
I mean, it's
yes.
kind of in that general. But
Yeah.
what made you decide, to not go to veterinary school and do this instead?
Well, my husband and me, we moved back home, and he was working for a ranch here, and I got to stay at home with my kids until they were school age, which
Oh, what a blessing.
Yes, was a true blessing. And then I was like, now they're in school, what am I gonna do? And sadly, there's not a lot of opportunities in this town, but I had my degree in animal science. I had to finish my master's, but I started as the extension program assistant, which is what Kylie is to me right now. And then I moved up in the ranks, and our extension agent had left. I had finished my master's, and I took over a position. But I come from a long line of extension agents. My grandmother was an extension agent for 30 some years, and my mom was the same. They worked past their time that they could with retirement. But
Wow.
I'm not saying that I will. I'll probably work to my 30, I don't think but they had a different side than what I do. I'm a single agent county, which my mom was a single agent county, as in she did the home ec and she did 4-H. I'm more of the ag and 4-H. I
Okay.
really like the ag part. Granted, the health fair we do every year.
Right.
So we touch in on some FCS things. We have an extension women's club where ladies come in and they learn different things about family consumer sciences and those types of things. But I really love the ag and the 4-H, and I would say that if I could do 4-H every day, I would do it.
Yeah.
Without the parents sometimes, but but you also need those parents to help you out, and
Definitely.
they're extremely helpful in a lot of situations. So I'm sure it's just like a teacher, if you didn't have to teach with parents, sometimes it'd be a little different. But
Right, if I could just do it all on my own.
but I do love a lot of my 4-H parents and my leaders, and they make life easier for the most part.
That's awesome.
So yes.
That's awesome. How do you manage your time? Because you wear a lot of hats,
Right.
and you have 2 very active children on top of that are just involved in everything there is to be involved in.
Right. Yes.
And you're a superwoman at your job. You're a
Right.
super mom. What tips for the rest of us that are struggling
Well,
with just,
I think-
getting out of bed?
I think that sometimes I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to juggle my home life with my job.
Yeah.
I think that's something that extension agents struggle with a lot. There's a lot of time away from home. There's a lot of time where you'll pick other kids over your kids because it just makes life simpler sometimes, but that doesn't always necessarily help. But my main drive is my kids. I want
Sure.
to be successful in order for my kids to see a strong woman in the spot that I'm in, and that they can go and do those things also. So I know that they sometimes don't like my job, and they will tell you that to your face. But I know that I've taught them, how to be hardworking, how to be dedicated, how to be responsible, and to never give up, because it's been a struggle sometimes, but it's something that I love to do. I love to see my kids prosper, and I love to see other kids prosper. And if anybody asks me, I will make sure that whatever happens to kids, you know, no matter what, I have the best interest for them, and I always do, because I love to see kids succeed.
Yeah.
And you know, and help them succeed, because like you said earlier, there's not a lot of avenues. And even if I've helped FFA kids that have come back to me and said they're no longer in my program, but said, hey, can you help me? Of course, you know, that is what we're here for. That is what we are here for as community members, is to help each other out, and that's important.
That's
no matter what
awesome.
organization you're from.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you've done just such an amazing job at
thank
setting
you.
that example for your daughters, you know, from an outsider looking in.
I
But
appreciate that. Yes.
they have such a great example. Like, kudos.
Oh, thank you.
Kudos. I know it
appreciate
can't be easy, and you just make it all look like a walk in the park. So.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that coming from you. So.
And your kids, your daughters are so sweet and just
Yes,
so
well,
incredibly kind, and
I hope so. If not, you gotta tell me.
I will. No, I'm just
Yes,
kidding.
Yes.
You know what they say about snitches.
I know. Yes,
Just
yes,
kidding.
yes.
No. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here, but goals. You've already got the achievement award, the National Achievement Award. What is next for you?
I think, you know, I'm just really focused on building our community and building programs in my 4-H and ag producers, because right now, you know, granted, statewide, that's great, but what I want the most to prosper is our community, and building those programs for kids to be able to prosper later on in life, or my ag producers, any type of program I could help them to make a better profit. That's something that I'm looking forward to. So I'm always thinking about different things, you know, different things to do, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, but the wheels are always turning.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't try, you don't know.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
So is there any way that your community, we can help you?
Just come to the programs when we do offer them. You know,
Yeah.
we would love for anybody and everybody to come to the programs and learn different things. And maybe it's not up your avenue of, you know, oh, I don't need to learn beef quality assurance, but educating the public is such a big thing, because when we're not educated about where our food comes or any of those types of things, or what producers are actually doing, there's so much in the media that is false information.
Right.
So actually learning from the producers, learning from our specialists, that's what I ask for, is just, you know, for our community to come out and learn more. That's what we need to do, is learn. Be educated.
Yes, educate
Yes.
yourself. I love it.
Yes.
That's great. And we'll make sure that we post up everything that
Yes,
you guys have.
always
Like,
do, yes.
We
I
always
appreciate
we
that.
always try to stay informed here
Yes.
and make sure everybody knows. We do have our calendar up, our community calendar now, so
Yes.
you can also check on that. Those of you listening or watching, you can always check our calendar for any events going around Union County. That's klmx.us/events. And you can see all those CES events as well.
Yes, yep. We have tons of different things, and if you have a 8 and in the 3rd grade 4-H member, come on, get enrolled. We're always taking new members.
Yes,
so,
and you don't have to have a farm or animals or
Yes.
space for a farm or animals
Yes.
or anything to be a member. You can just be interested in a kid. That's it. That's all you have to be.
STEM's gotten really big, robotics, those types of things.
Yes.
You know, it's for everyone. It's not just for, like you said, the farmers and the ranchers. There's so many avenues for those kids.
Right, and that's such a mindset. Like,
Yes.
I can't join FFA because I'm not into cows. Or,
Yes.
you know, like
Yes.
whatever. I don't want
Right.
to be a farmer someday.
Right. Yes.
That's
no.
not what it is.
You can be an engineer, and you can be a
Exactly.
scientist. These things
Exactly.
will help you. So,
Start somewhere.
yes.
Well, Talisha, thank you so much for coming in and spending this time with us.
Yes.
Congratulations
Thank you.
again on
I
your
appreciate
award.
it.
We're so proud of you. I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to see everything
Thank
you're
you.
doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me in here and highlighting that. I'm glad you guys are highlighting community members and all their
Definitely.
achievements, because that is something that doesn't get done often. So
Definitely. That's our goal. We've been trying to figure out, just because something's good or whatever, you know, how to, like you
Right.
said, just
Yes.
how we can make it better, and
Yes.
where we've kind of lost track of things
Right.
out here because we get comfortable or whatever. So just like you, we're just trying to
well, let me
make our community better.
Let me compliment Anna, because she has done an amazing job. I mean,
Well,
your
thank you.
advertising, the radio. I mean, so many things going live, doing those things. improve this place so much, and we
Thank you.
appreciate your outreach also, you know, making sure that you're getting everyone involved. So,
I really appreciate that.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much.
yep, thank you.
All right, guys, we're gonna get you right back into your killer mix. We've already crossed over. It's 10:22 a.m. This day is just cruising right by. We've got some new songs coming your way. Carly Scott Collins and Nate Smith coming at you right now. We'll get you right back into it. You're listening to your killer mix right here on 97.5 FM, The Bear. And if you're joining us on Facebook, thank you guys. We'll see you next time.